See, this is where you can end up wasting time and money. This is a heat transfer material. Now this is the one that I was having a problem with trying to figure out how to make it work. And this is why you want to do more than one, because you may have problems. Like here, for instance, am I missing? Oh, right here. I'm missing an L. The L never came out. Now it's here. I can probably save it. There we go. But you really, on this stuff, you really have to pay attention to what you're doing, because this can be a real pain in the ass. Right there, that's no, right there is where I want it to be. Okay, good. I was lucky I was able to save that L. This is almost like rubber, as you'll see as I'm pulling it off. And you have to cut this at a different angle and a different depth, different amount of pressure, let's put it that way. Now, here's where the little machine can be a little bit difficult. The angle is not a problem. You put another needle in it. The blades, rather. The blades have angles. So you just put the 45-degree angle blade in. As far as though the actual pressure, you have to kind of feel it out by hand on the small machine. You just can't set it. Like on my large machine, I can just set the pressure for whatever I think I need it, so that it cuts proper, so that it doesn't end up cutting through, because if it doesn't cut right, you're either going to cut it off all the way through the material, or you're not going to cut enough. Now in this one I was lucky enough to where I cut it right, but because it's kind of small, which is another thing you have to pay attention to. The smaller the font, the more of a pain in the ass they are to work with. See, this isn't like your normal vinyl. This is a little bit different. Almost done. Don't rush it. Take your time, even though you're near the end. I know you want to finish the race. You want to give it all you got. But take your time all the way through. Now that I'm done and I'm through it all, I can just be a little bit quicker on taking it off. But I don't want to pull so tight that it's not going to work. Okay, now. See, this is what it's like. It's like rubber. And it's that way because it has to give with the material. So when you're doing it on a piece of material, it'll stretch with the material, if you know what I mean. So it looks like we have all our letters. Now I just got to pick out the O, the P, the R. And once I'm done with that, you'll see what I mean. I'm going to need two hands to do this, but there you go. You know what I mean? So, now I'm not crazy about that particular O. Doesn't really look like an O, but it's an O. But I can take and straighten that out. It's not a big deal. Alright, so these are 6 of them that actually made it through all the way. So now, this is actually the transfer paper. This is not sticky. The transfer paper is tacky. So let me do that, let me pick it, and I'll be right back. Now here's where sometimes you have to improvise. I had to use ice cream sticks and push these down all the way. This is rubber, so that the tack was actually against the stick, holding it against the stick against the vinyl, so to speak. Because if not, just the tack by itself, it would pull out, or if I push it down all the way, it will start to rip. Okay? So I needed the sticks to basically make them work. So like I say, sometimes you have to improvise a little bit to make things work the way you want. I'm not set up to do this anymore. See, that's part of the problem. You know, I haven't got my board or my table or anything, so you know, I'm just kind of making it work. Alright, so that's where we're at. So now I'm going to start to apply these to that. And I'll be right back. This is going to be the tricky part. That's on. Because I haven't got a hat press, a heat press for a hat. Because usually they're made to fit. You follow me? So I got to try to see if I can get this in here enough to where I can get it where I need it to be, get it pressed down. It's not going to be that long, so I shouldn't have to worry about the brim too much, as long as I can keep the part that I'm going to be putting it on flat, basically here. So I'm going to have to trim a lot of this excess off here, and so it'll fit into there a little bit easier, and put that on there. I should be able to press this into that. Now the brim, I'm not, well, this brim I could probably do, because that brim is a little bit easier and it's a lot more flexible. Some of these brims you can't because they're stiff, like this one. I can't do that brim because one is, it's a little bit stiffer and it may not come back. Now I can try moisten it up with some spray, you know, water, and form it again, you know, like a baseball cap. Sometimes you can get away with it, sometimes you can't. But meanwhile, I got to trim this just a little bit, and I'll be right back. Alright, so anyway, naturally it worked better on a flat surface, but I was able to get it here. I got a little green on there, which I got to throw it in the wash machine and let it wash right out. This one I had a wrinkle in it, so I got to work on that one a little bit. It's hard doing a round object in a flat surface, so that's kind of where I'm at. I think the next time I can just make a little lump or something, like, actually like just cut a piece of wood, round off a piece of wood to fit the hat, and then you know what I mean. I haven't got any around here, and at that point I'd be all set. Or actually I can probably just make it, I can round off a piece of wood, put a piece of tin over that, and then at that point, once I put it on there, the heat transfer, and the machine will transfer the heat through the tin, and it may work. I don't know. But meanwhile, I'm not, like I say, I'm not into hats, but I think once I get the wrinkle out of that, I'll be all set. I'm going to wash them, see how they come out. But all in all, I know I got 3 good ones. And that's about it at this point. Alright, so that's where we are. We are. And I'll catch you later.